Hi, I'm Cram, and today we're taking a look at Cyberpunk 2077 and the Quest 3. Doing something a little bit different. So yesterday, for the first time with the Quest 3, I decided to use Virtual Desktop. Let me just close that off there, that menu. And this is Virtual Desktop, using the pass-through mode. Doesn't have to be pass-through, but using Virtual Desktop to play Cyberpunk 27 on a big screen, which is really cool. Something that I've done before, but I've been more interested in the Luke Ross real VR mod to do it in an actual VR. But doing in VR, you can't really run the game, even with an RTX 4090. You can't really run the game with. I think this pass-through is what's causing this issue here. Let me just quickly change that to a different environment quickly. Just bear with me. I'm trying to use hand gestures here. Right, let's just use the my favourite, which is the home theatre. I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's fine, absolutely fine. Right, let's just come out of there. Right. Okay, so I'm sitting in my home theatre with Virtual Desktop, and I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077. Now, if I go to the settings, you'll see that the graphics the graphic video is 1440p. I haven't tried it on 4K. Graphics, this is what I'm using. Quality, DLSS, ray tracing is all on. Path tracing is on as well. Now, normally you wouldn't be able to do that in using the Luke Ross real VR mod. So basically, I'm getting a really high quality visual experience of Cyberpunk 2077 using my Quest 3 as a monitor, which is quite interesting, and it looks fantastic due to the fact that the new pancake lenses give you edge-to-edge clarity. And the fact that Virtual Desktop has improved the streaming so that I can now play this with very high settings using the RTX 4090. This is a really good way to play on a huge big screen in VR. And if I take my headset off and put it back in pass-through and look at my actual monitor, you can't really see that. Because you're not here in the room with me. The image quality is actually very comparable. I'm sitting about 5 foot away from my 4K monitor, but for 1440p, with all these effects on, this is pretty good stuff here. Let me try and get into the metro. Where's the metro? I thought I just saw that then. Maybe not. I just saw an M sign. Yeah, this is a really good way to play. There's no real latency here. There it is over there. Interesting that it was signposted like that. So yeah, I mean, this is playing at max settings, ultra settings, full ray tracing on. Let's just get in a metro. And, you know, this is pretty awesome stuff. And a good way to play the game. Right, does that say infinite? Kind of like a loop. Except you can't really hear the sounds of the game now for some reason. But I think I've just muted that down on my headset. I'll turn that up. Yeah, you can hear. Yeah, so I'm really impressed with how it looks on the Quest 3. Now, I've tried doing this on the HP Reverb G2, which is what I had before I owned the Quest 3. And the problem with that was there's a really tiny sweet spot in the middle of the screen.
Here you go, June.
That's kind of cool. It has a really... I don't know how to get rid of this little menu here now. Oh dear. Anyway, I like that. Yeah, it's like the G2 had a really tiny sweet spot in the middle of the screen. So looking at something like this, you would have to keep looking around like that with your head to get sort of the clarity in the middle of the screen all the time, and it would look really stupid, and it would just be a really unnatural way to play. But like now, with the Quest 3, I can sit here and look straight ahead of me and not have to sort of move my head around to get the clarity on all of the screen. The whole entire view now is beautiful clarity and is very comparable to playing on the monitor I have in front of me. And if I do this, the pass through, you can see that. Let me just move this, look, move that out of the way. Obviously this is the pass through view. But yeah, Cyberpunk jacket there. You know, if I lift up my headset and then go back and look at the game, so let me just... Oh shit, what have I done? Oh dear. Just take that off. Sorry about that, people. I'm using hand tracking as well, which is... I just get rid of that menu, like that. Good. So if I lift up... I don't want to lift up the headset. You get the point. Tap out of that. The image quality is really great. It's extremely playable. Like I said, no latency. And let's say I didn't have that 4K monitor, but I had the same computer and I had only like a 1080p monitor. And my system is more than capable than outputting in 1080p. It can do 1440p or 4K, but I don't have any screen, or I've only got a 1080p monitor. I can actually now use my Quest 3 as my main monitor and get a far better visual quality on this than I can on the actual physical monitor, which is a really great and fantastic upgrade. And what is even better now is the fact that, and this is the killer, is that now I can take this headset into my garden or downstairs into my living room, anywhere in the local vicinity within range of my router, obviously, and you know, and play this in this quality anywhere in the household, even on the toilet, in the bath, not in the bath, but you get the point. Anywhere in the household, which is something you can't do with your normal PC setup using a desk and monitor. You're tied to that little area in your office, aren't you, or your room or wherever. Let's get out of this metro, and you know, it's pretty awesome. So I'm really impressed with this, and I think for the first time this is now really a great way of playing Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously it's not as nice playing it in 4K on my monitor, but I'm thinking more broadly that not everyone's got that particular setup. And previous headsets haven't been able to provide this sort of nice detail. And yeah, it's really cool, and I really like it. And yeah, so it's a sort of feature that's not really been touted. I mean, I just did that video, didn't I, recently, of the Xbox cloud streaming app that come to Quest, and you know, that's good for what it does, but that will only give you a stream of an Xbox console somewhere, not a fully fledged top ranking PC. So you're not going to get all these lovely little effects, the ray tracing, etc. And you know, let me just turn the music off. I don't want that interfering. Like that. I can put on Secret Dreams, that's kind of relaxing. And you know, it's just really cool to have this with all this effects, which is something, as I said, you don't get doing it in VR with the Loot Cross mod. You need probably an RTX 6090 to be able to do that in the future, because it's so expensive when you're effectively doubling up the screen in VR. Using that sort of technique that Loot Cross is using, the AR2 technique that is using, alternate eye rendering, is what it's called. And you know, this is just really cool stuff. And what I really like about this, and this is something that I'm really enjoyed about the G2, HP G2, was that if I look now in the distance at that that skyscraper beyond where it says Kiroshi, that skyscraper in the distance, on other headsets in the last few years, you wouldn't see any of that. It's too blurry. You couldn't make out any detail in the background. You couldn't even see the trees very well. It'd be, you know, this is what people have been looking at with their sort of through the lens videos and stuff like that. There'd be too many. It'd look all blurry and horrible in the distance. But now we're at the stage with this. And remember, I'm wirelessly streaming this too, where you can see those details. And as I've pointed out in my other VR video with this Cyberpunk 2077, you don't get to see those details very well in VR using the Loot Cross mod. That's one of the downsides. And what's really cool about this as well, having it on a big screen, is that you're sort of fully immersed in the world because it's life-size. You know, you're playing on a life-size sort of screen. So when I get out and look at people, let's just demonstrate that. You know, everything kind of looks life-size, which is fantastic. And yeah, really impressive. So I'm wondering why why this is not being touted as a major feature that you can pancake game on your VR headset anywhere within range of your wireless connection, and have this really amazing comparable experience to doing it on your desktop PC, on your desktop monitor, which is just incredible. And yeah.
What's up, gorgeous?
I mean, if you're looking at the models here, you can see that. Looking at the vehicles, look at that lovely ray tracing. You know, this is running at max settings, and what I can do as well, if I quickly just go back to pass through, I can go on my keyboard here and do that, and come back out, and now you can see the usage on my GPU for playing it like this. I know that's a bit irrelevant. It's only running at about 68% usage. Which is really nice, and you know, which is great stuff. So yeah, end of the ranting, but yeah, this is just fantastic looking, and definitely I'm going to be playing it like this, because you don't get that. Who has a big home cinema screen like this to play this game on, which really just pushes you into the game, until we get a proper VR version of this, if we ever do, or one that or you get a GPU that can have all these lovely effects on it, which you just can't. It just feels like when you do the Loot Cross mod, as much as how I like the mod and how cool it is, I've tried playing it with all these path trace, and you're getting literally like 10 frames per second, and it's just totally unplayable. You can't do it. Or it just looks shit. But like this now, it's just amazing. And yeah, let's just quickly go back to my apartment and have a quick look at that. So yeah, I mean, this is just amazing stuff, and I'm really happy that I'm able to experience this like this in my own environment. Remember, I can change the environments too. Let me just demonstrate that to you. Got all these different I mean, I can do this as well, which is quite amazing. An even bigger experience. I mean, that's just mad. Let's go into my apartment, and oh, I've got some more messages. Mr. Hands, I'm not really paying attention to all that. You know, and pretty cool stuff. Anyway, so obviously you can do this with other games, not just Cyberpunk 2077. This is just an example. But yeah, I mean, this is just pretty fantastic stuff, and I'm really pleased to be able to do this. I mean, let's have a look at my character. As you can see, oh yes, it's her. Really cool. which is lovely. And yeah, it's just really cool to be able to do it in this sort of theatre. And as I said, with the, let me just show you how she's looking in the menu. Yeah, go girl. Yeah, this is like stop looking. Thank you very much. Well, let me just show you her in photo mode. What she's looking like. Yeah, she's pretty cool. And and yeah, just pretty amazing stuff, really. And as I said, you can do this with any game, and it's nice that we've finally got a really nice balance of screen door effect. I mean, there's a little bit there, you can see slightly nice colors, good audio on the Quest 3 as well, with its 3D audio, and yeah, all the bells and whistles added, and no holding back. Anyway, enough of this. Right, so anyway, thanks for watching. Try it if you own a Quest 3 and a PC. It's not always about playing VR experiences and games, really. It's also about enjoying benefits of gaming in general. And I'm not so anal that VR headsets should only be used for VR games and all this 2D stuff is just a waste of time. No, not at all. I think it's just nice to be able to do all your gaming on your headset, and it's very comfortable. And I'm, just last thing I'm going to say, because obviously this is an issue that could come up, is that, well, what happens when your battery runs out? Because obviously the Quest battery is not very good. You're only going to get 2 hours of play. You can have this plugged in and playing while and charging, so that's what I've got. I've also got the Ana Pro battery, which I've just reviewed, plugged in as well, so that I can play this now forever. Well, for as many hours as I like this, without having to be concerned about the battery, because it's plugged in. I'm sitting down, I'm not moving anywhere, and because this is pancake gaming, it's just change the environment quickly. Because it's pancake gaming, then it's like, I'm not having to move anywhere, so I can keep it connected and charging while I'm playing. And with the charger that I'm using, this is feasible, and that's what I'm doing. Let's just get in the lift, and this is just really cool. And let me just show you this last little part of the game that you're all familiar with from all the trailers and stuff. Now, I haven't actually tried doing this in 4K, so I don't know how this would actually look, whether it'd improve in 4K. I think there's some sort of diminishing returns here at some point, but I mean, everything else at this level of detail is enough, really. This is great. Right. You've seen that sort of lovely ray tracing here. No compromises whatsoever, playing at maximum settings pretty much, and this is really cool. Right, go. Right. Okay, so you're familiar with this kind of. Let's just quickly do one last thing. Oops, let's just go here. Skip time to night time, because we're sort of doing a lot of daytime stuff here, aren't we? And obviously Night City comes alive at night. Like all this sort of fog and effects. Well, they give me nice fog. Not really what I wanted, but anyway. Yeah, really cool. I mean, the frame rate seems like it's chugging a little bit now. Slightly, but not to the point of being unplayable. Yeah, really cool stuff. Lovely. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.